This is going to be spraying my space, cleansing my energy real quick. So I look a hot mess because I came from working out like an hour ago, and then I had to do a phone session reading with a client, so I didn't get a chance to get out of my workout clothes, which is all good because I'm in high energy, high vibration right now. So like really, so let's do this. So this is going to be about this super moon that we have. It's an eclipse. So I'm just going to read like an article. Like I said, I look toe up, y'all. I look toe. Yeah, this is like a supercharged energy and moon, and I'm feeling some type of way about it in a good way. This is not for the faint-hearted. This is not for those who are not ready to shed that ego. I'm just saying. So your ego could be your fears. Your ego could be, you know, envy. Your ego could be so many different things. We're all individuals. It's not going to resonate with everybody. You know, your ego is different. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm not an astrologist by any means. I do a little research just like the next person, or I hope the next person. We do our research and stuff. But yeah, this eclipse, it's a moon. I'm going to read this article to you. I found it quite helpful. I posted it on my Instagram, by the way. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, you guys can do so. What's up, everybody? Whoever's on, what's up? Okay, so it's called the Super Blood Wolf Moon Eclipse. It's expected to happen on January the 20th and the 21st, which is when the next total lunar eclipse is supposed to happen. This rare lunar phenomenon will begin to appear on the night of the 20th and will slowly emerge into being just before midnight and continue into the 21st. Okay, so what is the Super Blood Wolf Moon Eclipse, or Blood Wolf Moon Eclipse? So like I said, this is an article that you guys can find on my Instagram. So it's a total lunar eclipse. This happens when the earth is in between the moon and the sun. The earth casts its shadow completely on the moon, causing the moon to appear red or rust colored. Because of that color, the total lunar eclipse is also known as a blood moon. Okay, number 2, it's a supermoon. A supermoon is when a new or full moon that is with 90% of its closest approach to the earth. On that night in January, the distance from the center of the earth to the center of the moon is expected to be 222. I just caught that number. Yeah, I just got that number. That's funny. Okay. And then 274 miles. Very close when it comes to the moon standards. 3, it's the first full moon of the year in January. It's called the Wolf Moon, and it's named after the howling wolves. Only one of these happen each year. Put 3 together and you have the Super Blood Wolf Moon Eclipse. And then the article goes on to say, this alignment is also about new beginnings, starting something new. Either it's a new relationship, job, letting go of what no longer serves your good, etc. Yeah, so, and it's in Leo. There's another good article that I read from Forever Consciousness, Forever Conscious or Forever Consciousness. You can Google it. They had a good article that really breaks it down. I was also put on to the Leo King. I think the astrologist guy, he did a really good thing on that too. Like a breakdown of how this is going to affect us. What's up, Mona Lisa? So I'm just going to do like a general collective energy for this solar eclipse, which will be on the 20th through the 21st. Just going to see what the guardians of the universe, Most High Gods, guardians of the universe, the Most High Gods. I asked for divine protection during this reading. I also asked for divine clarity. The 10 of Pentacles flew out. So full manifestation is what I just picked up from that. 10 of Pentacles. Please give me the clarity to see, hear, feel, all the senses to pick up the energy of this solar eclipse, whatever it is. Excuse my language. What's up, Shavonda? Yeah, I feel glad to see this. I look crazy, so it is what it is. And that's a part of breaking the ego down. Like, who gives a fuck what I look like right now? All right. I just want y'all to know, like, I'm a love reader, probably first. So I'm always going to get messages about love. I do see soulmate connections. I have the Six of Cups. I have the Ten of Pentacles. I have the Four of Wands. The other two cards that I pulled was the Prince of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. So I'm just going to show you guys. The first card I pulled was the Ten of Pentacles. You guys can see my little ring light is in the way. And then you got the Four of Wands with this couple walking hand in hand. And the Six of Cups. But I'm going to get into this a little further because I don't want to just jump to conclusions, but that's what I'm picking up. Yeah, this is a good time, you guys, to just isolate yourself. Spend some time with yourself, which I'm going to do. I'm going to take my own advice. I've been told more than once to reflect, go within, fast. Yeah, I might do a fast. I'm trying to figure out like what I want to do and how I want to do it, but yeah, I would suggest you guys do that because you guys have a lot of earth energies too. This rooted energy. So a lot of things that are deeply rooted are going to be coming up to the surface. Like, this is just what it is. I feel like it's written. You have all these books. You have these books and the Ace of Pentacles. So it is written. Like, whatever this is that is being conjured up, that is being released, it is written. I keep hearing that. Meaning, like, this is meant to take place. Like, and then this happened under, like, on a deep soul level, like that bottom, like, underneath the earth's surface. Everything that's deeply rooted is being addressed. This cat has her hands up. I think it's like a feminine cat. If you can see her, like, she's right up there. I get that the cat can represent the animalistic energy, the Leo energy, the wolf energy. It represents that. Cats can have many different meanings, especially with ancient Kemet. So some of you guys might be drawn to cats. Some of you guys might want to work with cats too. Something about cats. The Four of Wands. I'm going to hold off on the Four of Wands for just a second. I know I'm going to jump around all over the place, so this is just what I'm picking up. With the Six of Cups, this is releasing the past, of course. You know, in a simplified way, I'm getting to release. This is addressing your childhood too. Your inner child is calling you to look at yourself. Like, you see that picture of the child? She's also here on the table. You guys might have an altar set up where you have like pictures of your child, like your child self, like a picture of you as a baby or a little kid or something. Spend some time reflecting. Like, look at I'm going to do this. Look at like a picture of yourself as a child and really tap into that energy. It could have different effects on everybody, but just tap into this energy. If you have baby pictures or if you have pictures of yourself as a young child or as a teenager or something, like, look at those pictures and really just sit with it. Like, you have to see yourself truly, because the inner child lies within us. I'm going to pull this one card and I want to show you what I'm talking about, because the inner child is within the soul. I was watching a video the other day that broke down a Travis Scott video, and his higher self was a child, I believe. I think, what's the video called? It's called Stop Trying to Be God. That, by Travis Scott. It's, I don't know. If you feel called to watch that, unless you already watched it, let me show you this card that I'm talking about. Because the inner child needs to be, like, your inner child is very powerful, for one. because it's that pure essence. But hold on, let me see. This card, the self-love card in this deck, you can see that child glow, that inner child being, and see how it matches the radiance, the light around this person's light body. It's pure in essence. There's nothing in it. Self-love. I might read that card at the end for some reason. I feel guided to. I'm gonna read it out of the book. I don't always do that, but I feel guided to do it. I love these cards. These cards are very powerful. I love these cards. Even down to like the front of the card with the sacred geometry and stuff. Like this deck is called Sacred Power Reading Cards. They're very, very powerful. I got them off Amazon in case you guys are interested. I think it was like 20 something and some change. Getting back to the reading. Yeah, your past is going to like come up a lot. Okay. Your biggest obstacle is going to be challenges within your family. Okay. Removing, because you got the Ten of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, which can represent family. It's going to be releasing those deeply rooted generational programs. Okay. Things that happened as a child for some of you. I'll look at the love energy readings too for this moon, but right now this is what Spirit's telling me to look at. Because I did see some soulmate energy in here, but I'm just reading the energies as it comes to me. There's a lot of green in these cards too, so the heart chakra needs to be looked at, needs to be addressed. There's a lot of colors in these cards, but only some of them are standing out to me, but take whatever resonates with you. I feel that this Prince of Swords is like this rebellious person, so you could be the opposite of him. You could have been like this child that, what's up, Dice Pineapples? You could be this person that was like the upstanding child, you know, fix your collar, cross your legs, be quiet, don't say nothing type of child. Or you could have been the one that was, you know, very rebellious and was always into things, you know. But I feel this aspect of you, whatever side this is, it's not really you. It's something you've adopted over time. You see, he's a wounded person. He's been hurt before. He's been hurt many times, actually. He's very wounded. Okay. He's got like his hands is, you know, how they depict Jesus with the nail in his hands. And there's even a picture of Jesus in the background, or what they depict Jesus to be, at least. You can't really see it. I'm trying to get it in focus, but it's like a Jesus in the background. So that could be that you guys are very powerful. You are that person in the family that so-called, not, don't get the savior complex, because that part, Spirit's breaking down the ego with this eclipse moon, because the Leo is very regal, very like a royal energy, but also it could be very egotistical too, full of themselves, that energy. So whatever this is that you are needing to sacrifice, it's an aspect of yourself that you've adopted through your family, through generational energies. That's going away. That's coming down. And only those who are meant to reach that certain level within themselves are going to go there. And it's not an easy process, not at all. It hasn't been an easy process for those of you on a spiritual journey. No, it hasn't. For some people, they're just not going to do it. They don't want to do it. That's cool. This isn't for them. That's fine. But all this ego stuff, it has to go. It has to subside in order to reach this level of completion with the Ten of Pentacles. And these, to me, they could either be like elemental beings, fairy beings, or they can be ancestral, sitting on this pentacle. So there's a lot of clearing that needs to happen, okay? People may be reflecting back to you things that you need to heal in the heart. Maybe you're able to call other people's stuff out because it's within yourself too. And that's the best way to address it. So you got all these Pentacles cards. You got the Nine of Pentacles at the top. Then you got the Four of Pentacles at the bottom. Like, he's got all this gunk, all these, it's like in his DNA, and it's not really him. And then all these masks and facades that he has. So it's like we think we're one way, and it's really because we were taught to be this way. We were taught that that's how we operate, you know, through culture, through, you know, you identify and you resonate with certain things. You know how some people say, you're just like your mama, and you think it's because, like, you share the same blood, but in essence, it's because you know, whether during being in your mother's womb, you took on some of her traits, her anger, her fears, her love, the way that she loves people, the way that she speaks, or just by being around her as a child or as your father, whoever, you take on these traits and you think that it's you, or you take on the traits of your environment, your city, your neighborhood, but that's not in essence who you truly are. Yeah, it's you, but in essence, it's not you. It's like a program. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. What's up, Maria? All right, so I want to look at the love energy reading. I'm going to use, these are my favorite cards too at the moment. These cards are the Truth to Heal Yourself reading cards. They're very simple, but at the same time, I bookmarked some of these cards. Let me put them, I'll go back. If it's meant to be, I'll remember which cards they were. But I had to bookmark some of these cards because they have affirmations in them, which I like. There's actions and affirmations in them. This is a good deck to get to. I got this off Amazon as well. Heal Yourself reading cards. They're oracle deck. All right. When it comes to love and partnerships of all kinds, whether that be romantic, family, friendships, what have you, mainly love, romantic, divine spirit connections when it comes to this moon energy, January 20th through the 21st, Most High God, I ask for clarity with that. Please bring out the love angels, Most High God, the love angels who are of truth, love, light, and service, and unconditional love, who are of selfless love, who are of self-love as well, who are unconditionally loving, and for divine connection, divine partnerships, balanced, harmonious love relationships. Please, I call upon those energies and ancestors and spiritual beings who are here to help. I ask for divine protection during this reading, that all ego be brought out to light, that nothing in the shadows be hidden and everything shall come to light. Thank you, Most High God. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, healing is the surface of this. So when it comes to love relationships, there's nothing but healing taking place. Of course, wild. I love this card. She's feared. She's afraid. She's afraid, and she's wearing red, which is like this powerful energy, and she has this dragon. She's afraid, but she's being guided. I'm going to get into this. Temptation. How teachable are you? I'm sorry for the light. It's my ring light on my phone. I apologize, y'all. Discover your life purpose. Discover your life purpose. Entrapment is at the bottom. Come on, light. And top card is pay attention to the signs. I forgot to add up my last reading. Does this have a calculator on it? I feel bad because I didn't do it. I felt guided to calculate the reading when I was done, and I didn't do it. I don't think my iPad has a calculator on it. That sucks. Anyway, we'll get into it when we're done. So, healing. I'm going to clarify with these cards, because these cards are very powerful too. If you guys are interested in this deck, this is the Starman Tarot. Ooh. Starman Tarot. It's kind of like David Bowie inspired, but this deck is really amazing. I just got it and I'm in love with it. I was in love with it when I first saw it. Just needed to wait on the right time to get it and purchase them, but I just got it. Okay, so healing is 21, which is number 3 technically. So what this energy is doing is it's creating healing within the self. She's crying, she's purging. She's releasing with those tears. So some of you guys may be very emotional. That could be a sign that you guys are emotional, but it's also a sign that you are purging, you're releasing, and you're healing something. Something that needs to be healed will come to light. She has her hands around a candle. Some of you guys can be into candle magic or just working with prayer candles and stuff like that to set your intentions. It could be a tea light. It could be a white light. It could be a pink light. Whatever you feel guided to do. If you're even guided to do that thing, whatever it is. It could just be for some of you that whatever you need to heal is going to come to light. Simple and plain. You got the Prince of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands in this deck. And it's a woman. But it could also be a guy too. Because David Bowie, he kind of did the cross-dresser thing. And this deck is inspired by David Bowie. So it could be actually a male. So it's not really too gender specific. Remember, this energy is in a fire sign, Leo. So fiery energy, working with fire elements is very powerful too. Fire elements, candles. Seven of Wands, another fiery energy. So some of you guys, you may feel like very defeated. And you may feel like things are coming down. And it is, in essence, things are crashing down. And it's not completely a tower moment. But it is like this moment of truth. Like you are fighting a battle within yourself. Or you are fighting a spiritual battle. And it's not that you're not going to win, because you are. I'm seeing this woman or this guy, whatever this is, this being able to handle whatever comes their way. Being a knight, they're not fully equipped. They're not a king. They're not a queen. But they're, you know, they're a knight. They have a lot of work to do. They have a lot of, they still have a lot to experience. Or they may feel like they're not able to handle this. But in actuality, you are able to handle this energy. With the wild card, this is a challenge when it comes to love. So you guys could be heavily triggered when it comes to love and relationships. A lot of you guys, it's a singlehood, because you're not like, it could be that you really don't have much going on in your love life, or whether you feel lonely if you do have someone, or you're interested in someone and they're far away, because the presence of couples is not really here. Majority of the cards are people who are by themselves. You only have 2 cards that reference couples and things like that. So the wild card, she's being guided through her fear. And I feel like you guys are challenged. That's your biggest challenge, is the fear of something. The fear of the unknown. Fear of, what am I going to have to face? What am I going to have to release? What am I going to have to do? This, that. It's a fear. But you're being divinely guided. And it's like, dress yourself in this confidence, in this power. You see how she's dressed in red. Like I said, this is like a powerful color. It's also the color of the root chakra. So root yourself. Get yourself grounded. Prepare yourself. It's a fear. But dress yourself in that power. Like, kind of tell yourself that you're prepared. Even though you're afraid, you just got to do it. Yeah, the 6 of Cups. This could be the childhood energy. Fears. Some sort of fears that you conjured up as a child. Yep. And then you got the 4 of Wands again. The 10 of Pentacles again. So the same references. And then the 3 of Wands came out. So it's like, with this journey, in order to meet your fate and your destiny, this could also be to meet soulmates. Because you got a lot of these cards too. You've got the 6 of Cups, which is a soulmate card. The 10 of Pentacles, which is a completion of something, but it can also be the happy home card. And you have the 4 of Wands, which is also a union card too. It could also be known as the 1111 card too. Connections, you guys might be afraid to release something in your past, not knowing that what you're going to gain is much more higher than that. A higher vibrational relationship, a connection that's in tune with each other on a spiritual level, where you guys can both walk your journey together by still being your own individual self, because it's not about merging yourself to where you lose who you are. In essence, it's about still keeping who you are intact and them keeping who they are intact while walking together. But this is like spirit guides maybe helping you to manifest something to completion, but you got to face your biggest fear. And it's ironic, the number 15 in numerology is number 6, and the 6 of Cups came out first to clarify. So something from the past or the childhood energy has to be addressed to get past this fear and be able to step out. Because you are being guided. This boat is guiding you. She has that lantern that's guiding her. So your approach to the situation is temptation. Okay, temptation. What's calling you? Okay, something is going to reveal itself to you. It could be a past lover, it could be a reminder of someone, it could be a memory of something or someone, it could be feeling the energy of something. Some of you may be dreading this. I'm seeing the dragon again. Here's the dragon twice. You got the dragon here, and you have the dragon there. Okay. So candles are coming out again, the reference to candles. So I get like this moon, it's got like this, and also has a full moon radiating from this image of this guy. He's like a shadow, an energy. This full moon is going to, for some of you, whether you call it divine masculine, whatever, divine feminine, but you have divine masculine energy with the King of Pentacles. Feeling that energy, the Four of Pentacles, this person still needs to clear, or you need to clear. It could be that what's going to come up with the Eight of Swords and the Four of Pentacles is like there's still some work that needs to be done. Or you might be looking at this person saying like they have so much work to do. I don't know if it's even worth it. I don't know if it's worth the wait. I don't know if... And Spirit's not saying to wait for someone necessarily, waste your energy and pine after something or someone, but don't lose hope and faith because of what things appear to be on the outside. Yeah, people might have a lot of cleaning up to do in their DNA and their energies. They have a lot to clear up. They have a lot to release. They have a lot of ego to remove, a lot of false self mask that they have to release. But the thing is, you're still dealing with some level. It just may not be what you think. Okay, but like someone is caught and stuck in a sticky situation, or someone is caught in their ego with their thoughts thinking that this is not possible, I can't manifest this, or this person's never going to get their stuff together. Because you do have the entrapment card at the bottom of the deck. So someone does feel trapped. How teachable are you is your focus. Are you really allowing your divine self to guide you, your ancestors, your spiritual team to really, and the Most High God to really teach you and really show you the way? Or are you resisting? Are you fighting back, basically? Are you fighting back? What's up, Samantha? Thank you. How teachable are you? And then it's funny because like in this card, she has a violin, and then in this card, he has a violin too. So this could be like music. Are you listening to music? Are you paying attention to the signs, the synchronicities through sound, through music? This could have something to do with, are you easily tempted by certain things? Or Spirit is like, they're kind of tempting you in an essence to get you where you need to go. It's kind of like they're playing a song. It's like this reminds me of Pirates of the Caribbean. But you know how the mermaids were singing and the pirates were, you know, on their journey? She's kind of listening to Spirit's call. She's being tempted by this man's call. Spirit and your angels and your guides. Look at these cards. I hope I'm not confusing y'all. So you got this, some of you feminine energies, you're calling out too to somebody. Like everybody's playing their song and calling each other out. Oh God. I don't know if I should share this with y'all because it's kind of sacred. I don't know, but I'm going to use this as an example. So like there's this song. I don't know why I'm so drawn to it. It's an old song like from the 60s. It's an old ass song. It's a Motown song. And I was just singing it one day. It's a couple duo song from Motown. I was singing it, like this was like a couple years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago. I was singing this song just randomly. It just was just coming in my head and I was just singing it. I was cleaning up the house, washing dishes, singing the song, and I was like in like the best mood ever. And then like a couple of days later, I came across a person singing that same exact song. So I'm not saying nothing like that's my person or nothing like that, but that's the example I'm getting for you guys. Like, it's like that. Like, music is like messengers back and forth from the soul, um, from the higher selves. Four of Pentacles came out again, the Five of Wands and the Strength card. Like, the ego is being broken down, like breaking down. Because you got the like 3 ego cards. Your Strength card is Leo, but it's also that higher self and that ego. That self that walks in its truth, but then that one that needs to be heard, seen, noticed. You know, it's 2 different aspects and 2 different roles. Could also be that you guys are dealing with 2 types of energies where one person is the royal one and one person is, you know, I need to be seen, you know, the beauty queen, the one. It's nothing wrong with wanting to look good, wanting to be beautiful, wanting to be handsome physically, but it's like that's all someone has to offer. And it's like, if that's you, you're healing these aspects of yourself or feeling like that's who you need to be. Or if you have someone that's in a love triangle situation, you know, that you could be dealing with opposite energies where they're dealing with the person who's the opposite of your energy. You always have to have that duality in order to create that oneness. So if it's one person is projecting this and one person's projecting that, it's really a mirror of self, period. I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm not confusing anybody, but the Four of Pentacles keeps coming out. Somebody has to release this resistance to change. And if it's you, because I feel like it's everybody. It's not just like, oh, I'm good over here and he or she is over there doing their thing. They haven't healed. They haven't released. It's not like that all the time. We all have something we can work on. The Five of Wands, like someone's definitely battling it out. Either they're resisting to the death of them, or they can't fight anymore. They can't fight this anymore. Meaning they can't fight the self anymore. Not so much the connection. The connection is like a compass. It's something that it's like an alarm code for you to pay attention to yourself. It's not so much about getting yourself prepared for another person. That's not what this is about. There's a difference between attachment versus connection. A lot of people operate off of attachment rather than a connection, if that makes sense. So that's not what this is about. If it is, Spirit's going to break you out of that hella quick. If somebody else is in that energy, Spirit's going to break them out of that hella quick. But you're being guided through sound, through music, like a tempting siren towards that, and vice versa. Because it's a feminine energy here, and there's a masculine energy here. And they're both these violins that are being played in 2 different cards. The masculine's playing one in one card. The feminine energy is sitting with one by her side. Are you listening and answering the call? Really? Are you? Or are you just kind of sitting there? And there's a woman in a red dress again. So are you really in your power? Are you afraid of that power of yours? Like, what is it? Because the energy of entrapment needs to be released. Like, some of you guys got to let that shit go. Pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to the signs. Are you listening? There's a compass again. There's that lantern that's guiding you. You're being guided, you guys. You're not out here just like stuck dumb and don't know what's going on necessarily, even if you feel like you don't. Okay. Alright, so I promised y'all that I would read from the Sacred Power cards for the self-love, because I feel like that's relevant. And I just passed it. Hold on. Okay, self-love. This is number 29 in the deck, so this is number 11. It says, be courageous. Listen to your own advice. I hear you, Spirit. I hear you. So it says, your inner child is an aspect of the self, reminiscent of all that you have learned and experienced. Free, spontaneous, creative, and full of wonder, your inner child longs to be in a state of joy, but also requires nurturing, attention, and constant reassurance. Your inner child feels these extremes of emotion because they lack understanding of why particular circumstances have occurred. You can shift long-standing emotional patterns by working with your inner self. Resolve problems, trauma, and issues that you have found challenging and difficult to address. While you may have grown up quickly or had a limited childhood absent of opportunities and experiences, the inner child is an aspect of you that requires love and attention, even as an adult. Emotions are powerful. Like children, adults manipulate, rebel, throw tantrums, and can also put on a brave face for the sake of others. To create a symbiotic relationship, you, the parent, and your inner child must work in agreement of security, safety, and acceptance and surety. Acknowledging that you have been wounded is the first step in shifting your mindset. Self love is essential right now, as there is a child within you needing parental help and advice. Grieving for the past or circumstances that we did not understand at the time, no matter how old you were, is now necessary. Helplessness, confusion, or feeling overwhelmed can trigger childlike behavior such as tantrums, manipulation, and rebellion in an attempt to get what you want. Take the time to be playful and curious. Be courageous and learn the power of no. It will shield you from pushy people seeking to compromise your values and integrity. If you were to see the little you now, what sage advice would you give, knowing what you know now today? Okay, so the affirmation, there's an affirmation here. I don't know if you guys can see it. But the affirmation says, I nurture the child within me. I am complete, whole, and secure. I am safe. So especially if you guys are in a place of fear, it stems from childhood trauma, resistance. All of that comes from childhood mainly. That's the biggest thing. Or something in your family, something that you were shown. But again, if you feel guided to say this to yourself, I nurture the child within me. I'm complete, whole, and secure. I am safe. Okay? So some of you guys did go through traumatic situations where you feel like you didn't have anybody to protect you and watch over you. You feel like, so maybe at certain times you feel like your parents didn't stick up for you or something, or they didn't say anything when somebody did something to you. A lot of us have been molested, raped, as a teen, as a preteen, and just don't say anything because you don't feel like anybody has your back or they're going to protect you. That's some people's trauma. Whether that's being bullied. Some boys might be like, I don't want to tell my parents I'm being bullied at school because it makes me look like the P word, or I'm going to just say a wussy. Makes me look like a wussy. I don't want to say nothing to my dad because he'll look at me in a certain way. And sometimes we just assume that. It might not be true, but there's different childhood traumas that we have that creates fear. And it's not that fear is a definite root, but for a majority, I feel like it is a root for a lot of things. Let's see. I feel guided to use. This is gonna be the last cards I use, and then I'm done. I'm gonna use my Angel Gods and Goddesses deck. Can't go wrong with that. So I'm just gonna ask what, the Guardians of the Universe, what's their advice and messages if I haven't touched on anything that you guys are trying to get out there. Guardians of the Universe, who are of the Most High God, who are of loving service. I'm here to help. Lovingly help, make sure that all those of us who are on a spiritual journey are on the right track and path within ourselves as a collective. Okay, so we have Angel of Union. A partnership is blessed and destined for greatness. So this could be a union within the self, most definitely. This is a union within self. This is blossoming into true self. It may not come all at once in one big wave where it's like, oh, I just know who I am. I'm just like this hot thing. It might not happen like that for everybody. It's like an unfoldment. But it also can be connections coming together too. This could be divine connections coming together. Because people are being guided. People are being guided right now with this bird, this messenger. It's this energy being integrated into both masculine and feminine energies. But this energy is being, it's being channeled, it's being received, I feel, if you just listen. And you have angel of prayer and God of indulgence that came out. So pray for divine spirit to show you, um, it could be like a mothering divine godmother, could be an ancestor, a spirit guide, a deity that you work with. Ask them to help you and give you guidance about this whole energy and what it is that you need to do for yourself. Then God of indulgence, it says it's all right, stop beating yourself up. A little indulgence and balance is healthy. So there's something that you keep beating yourself up about, something that you feel guilty, like, I don't know, it's like a guilty pleasure, I don't know if I should be doing it. Things are being cleared. You have the angel of space clearing. It says it's time to clear old negative thoughts and feelings. Yeah. And have some compassion for self. Angel of compassion. This woman is not happy with herself. Self-criticism is diminishing your sense of self-worth. So you're denying yourself of something. With this God of indulgence, you're denying yourself of something. You're looking at it like, this is not good. I shouldn't. It's something within the self that's doing this in any area of life. It doesn't have to be one specific thing. But it's something that you keep beating yourself up time and time again. Spirit saying you need to practice compassion. And that's where the self-love practices come in. Working with your inner child. All that jazz. In essence, that's what I'm getting. I hope that resonates with you guys out there. I hope it resonated. I really, really do. I felt guided to do that right quick. I know it wasn't really quick, but, you know. Yeah. So I'm about to hop off, you guys. I've been on here for a minute. Yeah. So I appreciate you guys. Much love. If you guys are interested in a personal reading with me, you guys can check my description box. Let me go ahead and leave that for you guys in the description. If you guys are interested, hit me up for availability for readings. If you guys are really interested, I am doing happy hour Friday readings tomorrow. So if you guys want to submit for that, it's $5 per question. It also enters you into a drawing to win a free love reading with me. So yeah, if you guys are interested. Also, that article that I read you guys in the beginning of the reading, that reading or that article is on my Instagram. Thank you, Ruby. You always hooking me up. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right. Many blessings, you guys. Have a good full blood moon, eclipse, all that crazy, all that energy. Take it all in. Kill the ego. It's got to go. It has to. It needs to leave. Much love as always, y'all.